Could this title get any more clickbaity? I'm uncertain, but I'm sure I'll try better in the future to get even more clickbaity than this title, because that's just the way it rolls on YouTube. But to make up for the clickbaity nature of the title, I just put the 100,000 plus worth of platinum in front of us today. I also added a couple of palladium pieces, and I got a little bit of silver and stuff in there as well to do some comparisons in this video. We're going to get into some real information here, so might as well just put it all there instead of making a slow roll video for people to watch all the way through of each individual thing to get to 100,000. So clickbaity title, but hope it's not wasting your time, because we can go through some really, really interesting stats on platinum and why I am so bullish personally on platinum. I first have to say, disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, so invest at your own discretion. Make sure you do your own due diligence before making any investments. Personally, I think platinum is extremely undervalued. Right now, I'm looking at platinum's price, and it's had a little bit of a pullback down to 1,078 on spot price right now for platinum, which to me, you can't really even mine it for less than around 800 is what I'm told. So it's okay. Well, if we're going through inflation and you're going to have to bump up wages at some point, and you're going deeper and deeper and deeper into the crust, because platinum, what most people don't understand about platinum, when I make the argument personally that it can be money, and not only can it be money, but it can be a better money than gold, especially today, and if you're ahead of the curve on it. I'm going to make that argument. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on that. I like gold as well. I think gold will continue to be a storage of wealth. I just don't think it is going to provide the same kind of returns as platinum, in my personal opinion. I like to be in things that have relatively small market caps, and platinum's market cap, I mean, you're talking about a market cap somewhere that keeps hovering between 250 billion, 300 billion range, and it's kind of a tough number to track down because you don't use platinum as only money. We do, people that say, like I believe it's Mike Maloney. I've made a video that I disagreed with him. Mike Maloney's a great guy. I believe in 90%, 99% of the things he says. Same thing with Peter Schiff. I have my differences with some of them, but really respect these individuals. So not a low blow or anything. I do really respect him, but he doesn't think platinum is money. He thinks only gold and silver is money, which is interesting because money needs to be non-corrosive. Silver is it's not easy to corrode, but it can corrode. Platinum just doesn't corrode. Platinum is just, there's a reason when you have a platinum bar why it only says 9995 pure on the platinum bar right there. The reason for that is because it's really hard to refine it. It's a really tough metal. Has a melting point of a little bit over 3,200 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas gold is under 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and same thing with silver. Silver is actually a little bit easier to melt than gold. That's why we have, a silver stacking community that likes to do their own pouring and everything, but they don't really do platinum because it's you need high-end equipment to get that done, and it's really tough to work with platinum because it's really, really, really dense and durable metal. It's actually more dense than gold. Quite a bit more dense, where you can actually tell the difference. So let's get into some of the details. To go back to the point on the market caps, gold has a market cap of just around 12 trillion. It's ranging in that 12 trillion. We don't know exactly what the market cap is of gold because there's a lot of variables there, but somewhere in that 12 trillion range. With platinum, you're talking somewhere between 250 to 300 billion. Not even 1 trillion. Not even half of a trillion. So you got 12 trillion in gold, and you have gold's old competitor. The reason why, in the 90s and all of that, we'd have the platinum memberships. We still do have platinum memberships where, that's the highest membership at whatever it is that you're at. It could be a credit card or whatever it is. The platinum is like, oh, wow, the platinum. Because platinum was really tough to get. It's a really hard metal to get. I believe Japan really, really believes in platinum a lot. They have a lot of investors in platinum over there as well. But the other interesting aspect of platinum is that our own government marks our eagles, the platinum 1 ounce eagle, at $100 denomination. even they go, oh yeah, we're not going to really back it. You know, we're going to say 100 because nobody's going to sell it to us for 100. But technically it's money at $100. It's $100, right? Gold is 50. In my last video I did just before this comparing platinum to palladium, there's so many people asking me about palladium because platinum and palladium are so similar. So my argument for platinum, I'm going to go over more in depth in this video. If you're interested more in palladium, I do have a video if you want to watch that after this one that I just dropped yesterday, I believe. Unless this one takes me a little while to upload somewhere in the last day or two. With platinum, you have a different skill set of the metal where I have an argument that I believe in the future of stacking that it makes a better money, a better storage of value than gold. And I'm going to get into detail in this video on that. I guess the first thing I should do is talk about some of these bars here. So we got about, I think it's a little bit over 90 ounces of platinum with a spot price of platinum somewhere around right now I'm seeing 1078 on the ask. So let's say there's always a big premium on platinum, especially when it's pulled back like this. Dealers like myself don't really like selling right now. You know, there's times you'll go to a website and it'll say they're all out of platinum, or they only have some really generic piece. They won't have any of the cool vintage platinum pieces like you see here. Actually, all of these platinum pieces are vintage, and I'll get into detail on why I like the vintage pieces more than the modern stuff that was just made. But we have a little bit over 90 ounces here. So let's say, premiums on platinum can be really, really strong, as we all know. So let's say 1,100, 90 times 1,100 is 99,000. So we have a little bit over 90 ounces of platinum here. And this is just a crazy cool piece here. We're going to get into detail on what this piece is and what it represents. And that also is significant for the past. This bar specifically is actually from 1971. So you're talking, what's this, a 51-year-old bar or 50-year-old bar? Pretty wild. Pretty wild. We're going to talk about that in detail in this video as well. So somewhere around 100,000, a little bit over 100,000 when you include the premiums here. I also have some 1-ounce pieces I put behind. This is kind of a rare piece of platinum, so I don't want to cut this out of the packaging, but it does show the thinness of platinum compared to silver and palladium. This one I can take out of the capsule here. This is a palladium 1 ounce. I should have shown this in that palladium video, so we'll show it here. And fair warning, I ramble a little bit in my videos, but I hope that there's useful information in here. Just fair warning. Just the way I roll, unfortunately. So let's talk about the density here of platinum, because that's why I think it's so unique and why it makes such a good money, because there isn't another material that can replicate it. That's a huge thing for money. So I love silver because it's a electrical metal. It's very conductive. It has a lot of use in industry, and it's not going to slow down in its use case in industry. Same thing with platinum and palladium. The difference is platinum just doesn't break down. You can't tarnish it, and it doesn't corrode. It's very unique in that way. And don't you want money that you could just throw somewhere, and no matter what, even 1,000 years later, it's still going to be the same amount? Even if you try to scratch, if you take a nail and you try to scratch a platinum bar, you will see the scratch, but you cannot take the platinum off of the bar. Pretty wild, right? Same thing with gold. You cannot, when you go to scratch gold, well, not the same thing with gold. I mean, if you scratch gold, you're going to take off a small amount of gold. That's why they make the joke like, oh, what are you going to do? Shave down some gold at the local shop? If you want to buy something, it's like you actually could. You could scrape gold off the bar, but not with platinum. That's how dense it is. That's how durable the metal is. So under the qualities of what we consider money, when you talk about the being malleable, fungible, tangible, all those different lines of money, right? Doesn't platinum really hit the top of the mark? Isn't that really a bullseye for everything that we want with money? Like, have we lost the way with why we consider platinum kind of the fancy chip at the poker table? It's like, okay, where did we lose our way where platinum is almost half the price of gold? It is so much more rare than gold. It is ridiculous. But it's more rare than gold above ground, which is what you want from money. If you want to start kind of a fresh, I know a lot of people will say, well, gold has been money forever. Well, a lot of people won the race, right? Who owns most of the gold? Where is most of the gold? It's not exactly in the people's hands right now. And because it's mostly above ground and it's not being used in industry, it's not kind of like that fresh gold rush towards getting money in a way. They have it already, and they're not looking to sell it. So if the central banks and everything have gobbled up all of this gold, do you really think that it makes that great of a money if they already have it? It's I kind of want to start fresh a little bit, or at least have a metal that starts fresh and make that the top of the echelon metal. It doesn't mean gold needs to go anywhere. It's not going to replace gold, but I believe it's worth more than gold. And I'm going to continue to make that argument in this video. But let's go ahead and do a comparison here. So palladium's density, this is a palladium coin. I'm going to show it against platinum. Let's see, maybe I can bend this down. This is just a cool old Engelhard platinum. These are pretty rare, hard to find in that seal like that, so I don't want to mess that up. But let's bend this over, and maybe I can show you the thinness here between the two. I think you can see that a little bit. So you can really see the difference between palladium and platinum. Same thing with silver. If I pull this silver coin to the side here, I believe the platinum is actually, look, check this out. So the platinum is actually a different size. The platinum is actually a different size than the silver, right? So it's a little bit smaller, as you can see, or a lot bit smaller, but it's still thinner than it. Isn't that wild? And then the same thing with gold. It's thinner than gold as well. So even though this one is a larger coin, it's still larger on the thickness of it as well, which is pretty wild when you consider just the density. So the actual densities, I believe silver, if I remember correctly from the palladium video, it's around 10.48, I think, is the grams per centimeter cubed. So per little centimeter cubed, you can fit around 10.48 grams of silver. Now with platinum, you can fit 20, I believe it's just over 21 grams. So where you can fit, if you're talking about, I should buy one of those little cubes, a little centimeter cubed, so we could see exactly. I'll buy one of those or get some sort of way to show what that looks like. But in a centimeter cubed, you can fit 21 plus grams of platinum, where with silver, you can only fit a little bit over 10 grams of silver. So more than double, you could fit more than double platinum in the space of silver, which you can obviously see by this comparison here. Now palladium, when you grab the palladium piece, you can actually see that palladium is very close to silver because this is a smaller coin. And it is, I believe palladium is is 12. It is 12 grams per centimeter cubed. So 10.48 grams per centimeter cubed. So the least dense 12.48 or 12 centimeters cubed, 10.48, 12 centimeters cubed, 12 grams per centimeter cubed. Sorry, it's a bit of a tongue twister there. And then the platinum is 21 plus grams per centimeter cubed. So extremely dense is the point. And so when I'm thinking about what's going to be the best money, what is the money that we really want? I want something that is the most noble of the noble metals. And here's the next thing. People will say, okay, well, if you say that, well, then what about iridium, right? Well, iridium's pretty cool, especially when you use it as a, you combine it with other metals. When you play with I think it's metallurgy or something along those lines. When you play with the metals and you make a compound between those two metals, you can really make some unique stuff by adding iridium to stuff. But the thing is iridium is going to be much, much more rare than platinum and much harder to get. So, I mean, in principle, maybe, but when we're talking about money, when we're talking about specifically money, platinum, there's actually more platinum in the Earth's crust than gold. You heard me right. There is more platinum in the Earth's crust than gold. A very little amount more, but there's more. So that's been the argument. Oh, well, it's too rare. You can't consider that money. Yeah, it's too rare because it's hard to get. It's deep in the Earth's crust. You actually have to mine it's a pretty extensive thing to mine for platinum. Whereas gold, it's much closer to the surface, it's easier to find, and they've already found a lot of it. They found a lot of it. There's still a lot in the crust, obviously, but I mean, when you're talking about a $12 trillion market cap versus a market cap, I mean, let's say that even if the market cap, the market cap of platinum could double, right? And you would still have a market cap of around 500 billion, not even a trillion. So if the price of platinum matched the price of gold and the market cap doubled and you had it, or got a little bit over gold and had it to around 2,200 an ounce, right? You would be talking about 500, $600 billion market cap on platinum. It's like, how? Excuse me. It's like, at one point, platinum was worth quite a bit more than gold. And the reason for that is because it has the greatest features to be money. So what my argument is okay, well, if more than 50% of platinum is being gobbled up by industry, then what happens when the other 50% decides to hold it as money? And to people that think, oh, well, you can't get that many people to hold platinum as money, that doesn't make sense. Well, considering that we actually already make denominated money out of platinum, isn't it fact to call platinum money? If I can buy a platinum eagle, and then technically, obviously, none of us will do that, but go to a store and pay for something with $100 platinum piece, is that not considered money? So it's actually, not only is the argument, I believe it's the Mike Maloney argument, there's a lot of people saying platinum can't be money. It's factually incorrect. It is money. It's a fact. So to say that, I mean, you're just really elaborating more on that. And then on top of that, obviously the government considers platinum more valuable than gold because they got a lot of gold and they don't have a lot of platinum. So they're probably hoping that we cash in the platinum for $100 and then they can just take it for that price. I'll take as much platinum. I'll take as much as I could get for $100. But the interesting part is a palladium coin is only $25. They didn't even give a palladium $50. They gave it $25 for palladium. So we're going to pay $3,000 for palladium, which I actually think palladium is probably going to still keep going up because there's a big demand for it. And I talked about that in the video prior to this one. But platinum is valued at $100 by the government, and then gold at $50. I said in the last video, I said platinum was a $50, and my brain wasn't working correctly when I said that because I've been playing with old $20 gold pieces, the old ones, Liberty, the Libs, and the St. Gaudens, and those are actually denominated as $20 back then. Now we're talking it's an $1,800 coin worth of gold, but it was denominated in 20s in the past. Now our gold eagles are denominated at 50. So they increased it $30 from the old 1 ounce gold piece. So I get a little confused at times with that. But now a 1 ounce gold is 50 and a 1 ounce platinum is 100. Pretty interesting stuff there. Next thing I want to talk about is finally this bar. I'm sure a lot of us have been looking at this bar, and I bet a bunch of people probably clicked to the end of this video and are like, is he going to open it? What is in that thing? We got to know what is going on with this. So I'm going to give some close-ups real quick of this. This is actually a legitimate contract, a legit platinum contract. This whole thing is not in pieces. It's a platinum contract bar, and it's like even the wrapping on it is kind of toned from how old it is. You see around the edges of where it's been. And they actually, back in the day, they used a rope tape, and then they put a wax seal on it, and they made sure they used this kind of mesh, or not mesh, but this kind of sticky tape that you would see like on a registered box to make sure nobody opens it. And if you do open it, it's very obvious. Now, since it's so old, I believe so if you look at we'll show the front side of it first, but the back side the thing that's actually never been opened, if you can believe it. The rope tape that's on the bottom of it I think this was on flat, so it rubbed a little bit, so that one of the ropes unraveled, but the plastic is still wrapped around there too. But then on top of it, the first rope, that's the bottom, you'll see when I show the backside of this, is still fully wrapped, the rope tape all the way around, and then wax sealed on the front. And this stuff, like, you can tell, even if one of the corners is a little bit peeled, and you can still see that it's paper underneath where it's a little bit peeled. So it's like this thing has never been opened, which is just astonishing to me, and it's absolutely aggravating me like crazy. And this is what I'm going to talk about in this video because I actually, we'll get into that. Hang on one second. We'll talk about that next. But let me show you the front of this bar. So here's what I'm talking about with the backside here. With the backside, you can see that the plastic is still fully wrapped, and then this was on top. You can tell, so it was probably rubbing like that, and that's what unraveled that. But this is fully wrapped all the way around and has not been opened. You can still see the gum, and this is where the wax, the drippings from the wax is right there. And then look, like even in the corner, look underneath. And yes, it's been verified. It's not like a piece of iron or something in here. I literally, if you want to see that, I'll post it on my Instagram or something. But there's so much platinum here that you can actually put it on a verifier and it'll show as platinum, even though there's a little bit of paper there. It's just there's 50 ounces of platinum, so it's like dead center on the verifier. But just crazy. Platinum contracts trade at 50-ounce intervals, 50 troy ounces. So this is just over 50 ounces, which actually represented a platinum contract. So this is like a good delivery bar from the futures market. And the future market is basically, if you're a fund, if you're trying to protect yourself, or even if you're trying to just make an investment, you buy a platinum contract and you can have the option of a good delivery of it. So like auto companies, stuff like that, will be buying a lot of contracts, which means I want a future delivery of platinum. This happens to be one of those bars from 1971. Crazy. And I know a lot of people are going to ask, how much was it in 1971? Platinum was around for this bar, which really shows how undervalued it is. I believe it was around 5,000 to 7,000 at that time, somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 to buy this bar back in 1971. It has been absolutely eating me up that I can't open this bar because it's obviously a pretty collectible piece to be an Engelhard Industries bar from 1971. I want to know what it looks like. There's only one other one that I know of. This is a one of one for this specific place that it came from. I've never seen another one like this, but there's one other one, and that one isn't opened as well. So we just don't know what these look like inside of them. They're made by Engelhard, which is like if you're into collectible bullion, if you like older vintage pieces, Engelhard is like the brand to go to. If you're looking just to stack silver, you want the kind of generic Engelhard bars. There's the rarer ones, and there's like, this is like an Engelhard bull bar, 1,000-ounce bar, or 100-ounce bar, behind this. A little bit better pieces. So if sometimes people want to pay a little bit more of a premium for a cooler 100-ounce silver bar, for an Engelhard platinum piece, or whatever it might be for the more premium maker. So this is in Engelhard Industries. They're out of business. So when it's out of business, they're not in production anymore. Engelhard, kind of the value of Engelhard stuff went up a lot. Obviously you can't open it because of that. And he told me if this video gets to, oh wait, did I say what happened? This bar actually sold to a friend of mine that it operates a truss out of Florida. And so he had to have it. I wanted to keep it. That's the problem with me. I'm like the worst dealer ever because I want to keep everything. With this one, it was just eating me up inside because I wanted to keep this thing. So he told me if this video gets to 10,000 likes, he will consider opening it. I don't know what he's going to do with it. He told me if anybody's interested in it to reach out to Mineral Exchange, reach out to my company, shoot us an email if you're interested in it. Maybe I could connect something. Maybe he decides to do something with it down the line. I don't know. But he told me if this video gets to 10,000 likes, he would consider, which means I am going to dig at this to make him do it because it's eating me up inside, not being able to see inside of this thing. And I'm sure it is bothering you all at home as well. So if this video gets to 10,000 likes, I will do whatever I can to try to open it and see what's inside here because I want to know what's inside. I have a feeling it's marked Engelhard Industries with the E logo stamp on it and probably serialized and all of that on the bar. Really want to know what it looks like for a platinum contract from Engelhard in 1971 when there's only 2 examples of these known. The other ones might have been cut out and melted. We don't know what's going on with the other ones, maybe more surface down the line. But as of right now, that's like, how many people really took a good delivery bar of platinum? Not too many. And if they did they use it in their industry? How many of these were cut open and put in cars? We don't know. So it's like, there's really not any examples to go by. Like, literally, of this bar, there is no other examples to go by. So it is, as of right now, considered a one of one because it's a different variety than the other one that I know of. So pretty interesting. And if this gets to 10,000 likes, we can bug him in the comment section to let us open it. And if you're interested, reach out to me, shoot me a DM, go to mineralexchange.com, put your email on the email list, fill out the forms and all of that, and I will get back to you. We're actually working on the website right now, so I'm going to be revamping it. So the best thing you can do if you're interested in doing business with me, there's plenty of bullion suppliers online. If you want to do business with Mineral Exchange, just put your email on the email list on the website, and that is the best way to know when the new site is coming out, which is what I've been working on behind the scenes and why I am so overworked lately. If I haven't gotten back to your DMs on Instagram and all these other social medias, I will get back to you, and I really, really do appreciate you for reaching out to me there. It's just I've had a lot on my plate lately, and I'm one person. So back to the video. I really just wanted to show off this bar. So the clickbaity thing is really just to show off that bar and to share. I need other people out there to be as bummed out as I am that I can't open this thing. Pretty much. But I'm just kidding. I want to talk a lot about platinum, and I wanted to let more people know why I'm such a big investor in platinum myself. Although this bar I ended up letting go of because I'm in the business and I have to eventually sell inventory, even though I don't want to. It's still bothering me. But, I'm a big investor in platinum. All these pieces are actually my personal pieces. If you've watched my videos, I'm sure you can compare and contrast that I've had these for quite some time, especially my palladium piece. So this is the best way to compare palladium versus platinum. And I brought a couple gold bars out here as well to talk about gold. The thing that bothers me the most, this is what bothers me the most, and why I think is the best reason why platinum can be considered money, is because gold, although it's a beautiful metal, we all love gold. We all love that, the beautiful, there is no color like it. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And the feel of gold, everything about it, you just know that's money. It's like, it's beautiful. There is a material called tungsten that is literally not like a point off, not a half a point off. When I talk about grams per centimeter cubed, again, I'll buy one of those centimeter cubes so we know exactly how big that is. 19.3 grams per centimeter cubed is the density of gold. Tungsten is not 20.3. It's not 19.4. It's exactly 19.3. So if you're a gold investor, just know there is a material out there that is literally the exact density. So what I mean is, you could literally use it gram per gram, and it's the exact density. So when you hear about a tungsten-filled gold bar, you could talk about a tungsten-filled platinum bar or silver bar, but the densities are so different that there's going to be something off about those materials. Even if you use tungsten in a silver bar, tungsten is too dense for silver. So it's like a bad material to fill it with because the weight would be off, or there's going to be like some hollow point. You could probably flick the bar and hear some kind of a hollow point because the density is so much higher. The density of silver is 10.48 grams per centimeter cubed. Gold is 19.3. Tungsten is 19.3, exactly the same. So it is a perfect material, gram per gram, to replicate gold. And I'm sure all of us here have heard about tungsten-filled gold bars. And what I'm trying to tell you is it's not only filled, it's exact, which is wild to me. That there's something that we consider money, and there's a material. If we're looking to barter with gold, everybody needs a verifier machine because these fake bars are so good that it's impressive. And that's another reason why I like vintage pieces, because they're not faking vintage pieces. If you get if you get a piece like this, an old vintage platinum piece, well, platinum you can't really fake because you just know it's platinum because it's thin and the density of it, it's like you can't fake it. You just can't. There's not a material like it. So it's like isn't that the perfect thing you want as a storage of money? So if you have a metal that's fully industrial, more than 50% industrial use, much more than 50% industrial use, and there's like less than 10% of it is being held as money, but we have actual platinum eagles that are denominated at $100, so it is money. If more people start accumulating platinum and considering it money, it would skyrocket. Whereas with gold, you have more than 80% of it, 70-80% of it is just held as money. So you have little to no industrial use case for gold. And if they do, they're not using, they'd rather use everything that gold can be used for, you can use silver for. So it's kind of a tough metal to get into the industrial case. So silver, extremely undervalued because you're using it mostly in industry. Platinum, even more so because you have a situation, well, silver's really undervalued. I think they're both just really undervalued. But my top two holdings is platinum and silver in my personal portfolio. I love the metals. Some people, they say the whole Reddit crowd, they like the stock or whatever. I like the metal. I like that metal. So platinum specifically is very unique based on that density factor. And with gold, I wanted to bring up that there is an identical material out there. So everybody needs a verifying machine if you're looking to barter with gold. If you want to start using gold, even if you're using eagles that say $50 on them and everything, that could be a forgery. And you have to be very, very careful when you know a material can literally be dipped in gold and it's identical in its weight. So you have it next to the other one, and it could be the exact same size to the multi-decimal point, or to the multi-numbers after the decimal point, 19.3 grams per centimeter cubed. I can't say that enough. I can't stress that enough. That's why I like platinum so much as money. That's why I consider it, if you're at the poker table and you got the $5 piece that might be red, and then you got the green one, and you got the blue chip, and that might be 75, green might be 100, and then you have that one chip that's like 1,000, and it's usually like a black chip or something like that, or a burgundy chip or something, and that one's like $500 or $1,000. That's platinum to me. And I think gold is the 500, platinum is the 1,000. That's just my personal opinion on it. Because I just know the features that we're looking for with what we consider money, what we consider stored money. You want the most noble of metals, and you also want one that is available. So you have just slightly more. By the way, when I talked about platinum being more platinum than gold, gold is 4 parts per billion in the earth. Platinum is 5 parts per billion. So it's just less of it is above ground. You can actually fit all of the platinum mined that has ever been mined in a small house. Yeah, you can't do that with gold. You can. But there is more platinum than gold in the Earth's crust. It just hasn't been found yet because it's really hard to refine. That's why you have gold that's 9999 fine, but you only have platinum that's 9995 fine, right? Just a really, really hard material to work with. Gold, you can melt it. I believe it's around 1900 degrees Fahrenheit. You can melt it. So just under 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, you can melt it. Platinum, you need it to be 3200 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's once you get to those higher numbers, getting it to move 500 degrees more, so more than 1200 degrees higher is really hard to do when you're talking about melting down metal. So you can imagine refining it in the whole process of platinum. It's not easy, and it's found deeper in the Earth's crust, so it's a hard metal to get. I want my metals to be hard to get. I want my money to be hard to get. And I want it to be something that if I hold it in my hand, I go, oh, that's platinum. That's a money that I can trust. If I have a metal that has the exact same density as my gold, you can't just throw it and put it in my hand. But with platinum, I don't recommend this, obviously. Obviously, test out your platinum. I've just seen a lot of platinum. So when I hold a 10-ounce platinum bar, I just go, yeah, that's a 10-ounce platinum bar right there. And even when you get it from different suppliers. So here's a JM, right? And let's say somebody gave me, a silver-filled bar, and they said, say this bar right here, they try to tell me, hey, this is platinum, right? Hey, Rob, this is platinum, and it's marked platinum. It might be, a knockoff bar, and it has platinum on it. It says fine platinum on there, 9995. They even put the 9995 to try to convince me it's platinum. And they throw this in my hand, right? They put that in my hand. I'm going to look at that and go, yeah, you'd be lucky if this was silver. Well, are you going to test it? No, I'm not even going to test it. That's how it would go with me. And it has happened. Like it has literally happened with me where I go, it's usually a 1 ounce bar. It's usually PAMPs are often faked, stuff like that. And I had it, and one of my platinum videos, I even showed a screenshot of it. Now I don't really like editing my videos because it's not really genuine. There's pop-ups and stuff like that. But I've had a 1 ounce fake bar that was platinum. And you just look at it and you go, oh yeah, that's fake. Take that back. And so that's what I mean by that is, look. You can literally, because we actually know the real density of silver is 10.48 grams per centimeter cubed, you can actually tell that you can fit literally 2 platinum bars for 1 silver. And if that doesn't prove the density, I don't know what does, because you literally can. It takes 2 10-ounce platinum bars to fit for 1, and it's literally double. So 21 grams per centimeter cubed for density of platinum, whereas half of that would be 10.5, 10.48 for silver. Literally is exact. We're close, very, very close, within like a very marginal amount. So you can see that obviously. Then the other thing you can do is say you get an Engelhard platinum bar, and you have a 10-ounce Engelhard platinum bar, right? Still, even though the size, might be a little bit higher on the Engelhard, right? But look at even if the lip's a little bit raised on this bar, even if there's a little bit of a difference in the dimensions, you still know, oh yeah, that's platinum. It's just blatantly obvious. All you have to do really is when you see the thinness of it and you go, okay, I just weigh it. It's 10 troy ounces. Yeah, that's platinum. Don't you want money like that? Isn't it like, to me, I love that Voltaire's tweet, the common sense is not common. You know, maybe it's just, maybe I don't have common sense. I don't know. Maybe it's an uncommon sense thing. I don't know. But when I look at platinum, I go, that's perfect money. If I want to store money, it's not all found yet. There isn't somebody that has a lot of it that has more control of it than I do. And it's really undervalued. Really unique metal. Has a lot of industrial use case to it. I really like platinum. So a lot of people from my palladium versus platinum video, they might think, you know, oh, wow, palladium is really, they're going to continue to use palladium and all of this. And I agree. I think palladium will still probably go up in value. And here's your palladium piece. And by the way, this was the comparison I was making in that video. In my collection, I actually have the exact same platinum bar with the exact same dimensions from the exact same vintage company. So, and by the way, these are Engelhards here. This is an Engelhard. This was probably made, I don't know, maybe late 70s, early 80s, whereas this one was more of an early piece, literally for a goods delivery contract. But here is the difference between platinum and palladium. So a lot of people think just because palladium is a platinum group metal that it has the same features as platinum. It's way, way different when it comes to the actual density of the metal. There isn't like, when I first held this bar, I'm like, is there a hollow point in it? Like, why is it it's so much bigger than the platinum one I have? Because I bought the platinum one first, and then the palladium one came in, and then I didn't realize just how different the densities are. And you can see it even on the table right there. So when you see a fake platinum bar, it looks like this. This is real palladium, obviously, because palladium's density is 12 grams per centimeter cubed. It's just obvious. So blatantly obvious. And because there is no real silver metal that matches the traits of platinum, I'll say the same thing too many times. I'll ramble too long. And so those are all the things I wanted to talk about in this video. I wanted to talk about why I like platinum so much. Also with platinum, there's talk about it possibly being used in batteries because it's really good. Like even, I said this in the prior video, I hope that there's some new information in this one that is also, there's some similar stuff in the platinum versus palladium video, but that's where I really addressed the difference between platinum and palladium and why palladium has gotten so much higher than platinum. If you're interested in that, I will post a link at the end of this video to that video, where at the end of this video, there'll be somewhere to click to it. but the features are, they have the similar features, but platinum is this dense material that can hold together things because of its density and because of how noble of a metal it is. So even your airbags, for example, they will coat it with a platinum coating so that it stays compact and it stays protected from the elements and is ready when the time it's whenever, hopefully it's not needed, but if it ever is needed, it's ready because of the platinum holding it all together. And if you can look that up, spark plugs, things like that are coated in platinum for like expensive aircraft and things along those lines, because it's a really good material for that. So when you have all of that use case, and then with batteries, you're thinking, okay, well, the worst possible thing that can happen with these new electric cars with battery packs is the battery cell leaking in some way and then starting a fire or something like that. Well, imagine it's contained by platinum. Interesting. There's a lot of aspects that could happen with platinum where maybe there's like a very, and I think it's already used for stuff like this. I know that they coat stuff with palladium in electronics, but with platinum, it's like, what if you really want to contain your electronics, something in the electronic space, you want it to be really well contained. Platinum coating could really help with that. There's use cases of platinum being used on materials that need to be going in and out of the atmosphere. So rocketry and things along those lines, and then really expensive machinery that needs to not overheat or be able to withstand excessive heat, because you have that high 3,200 degree plus melting point. It can get really, really hot and not melt and keep full form of it. Other metals, they might get really hot and still keep form, but get damaged or decayed in some way because it's been jeopardized because of that. Platinum, on the other hand, is just the most noble metal. Just super. There's metals that are possibly more hard than platinum, but they don't hold all the same traits as platinum or have the abundance of platinum. That's pretty much all the things I wanted to talk about in this video. I really, really like platinum quite a bit. There's a reason why the denomination for Platinum Eagles is 100, and the denomination for silver is $1, palladium $25, and then you have gold at $50 on the denomination. Very interesting. Platinum, it's so recent that you could refine it well, that old gold, old gold Liberties and Saints, they didn't even consider platinum money back then. You don't have like a really old 1804 or 1851 lib or something like that, right? That's platinum, because it was just a really hard metal to work with. And only recently did we develop technology to be able to produce platinum in a scale type way. That's all the things that I want to talk about in this video. I hope that there was some value here other than the clickbaity title of 100,000. Sometimes we got to do those clickbaity titles, and that's mainly so that I can get the possibility. I think my best performing video is the silver video I did, where it's 100,000 of silver versus 100,000 of gold. And that one is just under 10,000 likes. So if it's possible that we could somehow get this video to go viral, we'll be able to see what's inside of there. And it's a win-win, So if that can happen, if you like this video, please do smash the like. And I hope that it was more than just, your run-of-the-mill clickbait video. I hope that there's some information here that you might find valuable. If you did find this information valuable, would really appreciate it if the fancy like pillow is out. If you smash that like button and help us possibly open this thing, that would be amazing. And if you found value and you could like it anyway, would really appreciate it. And if you would like to be a subscriber on this channel, please do click that subscribe button. It's totally free to be a subscriber here, and I would love to have you as a subscriber on the channel. Really does help grow the page. Thank you so much for being here. See you at the next video. Signing out.